Today I'd like to speak about Ori. Ori is the Yoruba word for consciousness. In traditional Ifa, consciousness includes more than thoughts of the head, but is really an integration of the head and the heart and ultimately the soul and the spirit of our consciousness. It's all the ways that we see ourselves and see the world. So I'm going to start today's conversation about Ori by doing a traditional head cleaning. They typically use water to clean the head. Ori son mio, Ori son mio, Ori son igede, Ori son igede o, Ori o ton so miki ni o wolo wo, Ori o ton so miki ni mo le mi o, Ori o ton so miki ni aya, Ori o ton so miki nkole mole, Ori son mio, Ori son mio, Ori son mio, olomo ajiki iwa ni mo pueyo. So the purpose of a head cleaning is to clear away confusion, and also Ifa teaches that our consciousness projects ashe, or spiritual power, from the body out into the world, creating what in English we would call aura. But also the Ori is capable of absorbing energy and consciousness from other people. So sometimes in the process of empathizing with the world and absorbing other forces around us, we can easily become confused about who we are and what we feel and what's going on in our life. So part of the hygiene of Ifa spiritual discipline is on a regular basis to clean the head. A head cleaning is typically called in Yoruba abori, from the Elysian ebo ori, meaning I make an offering to my consciousness. So to begin to look at the Ifa concept of Ori and to really understand that it's the fundamental organizing principle in the Ifa concept of spiritual growth, I'd like to tell the story. The novice came to the home of Rumila on the day. He was confused about who he was and where to go and who he needed to speak to. The novice said, Baba, which Orisha will follow me to the end of my life? Is it Eshu? Rumila said, Eshu will follow you until you reach the town of Alaketu, and there he will feast with his relatives and spend the night in the home of his ancestors. The novice said, Baba, is it Ogun that will follow me to the end of my life? Rumila said, Ogun will follow you until he reaches the village of Onire. There he will feast with his relatives and sleep in the home of his ancestors. Oh, the novice said, Baba, is it Shango Kabiosile who will follow me to the end of my days? Rumila said, Shango will follow you until he reaches the town of Oyo. There he will feast with his relatives and sleep in the home of his ancestors. The novice said, Baba, is it Obatala who will follow me to the end of my days? Rumila said, Obatala will follow you until you reach the town of Ile-Ife. There he will eat with his relatives and sleep in the home of his ancestors. Oh, the novice said, Baba, who is it that will follow me to the end of my days? Rumila said, have you ever been to a funeral and seen a person buried without their head? Rumila said, it is Ori, who will follow us to the end of our days. Oh, so there's, the story is really establishing a very, very fundamental concept in terms of Ifa metaphysics. A concept which I believe has been confused and distorted in the, let's say, as we move away from Africa, and there's a common understanding of Ori that is not consistent with what I've heard spoken of by my elders in traditional Yoruba culture. So the point being that Ori contains everything. Ori is the calabash of light. Light is the blueprint for creation. So every Ori, the spark of consciousness, which is called Allah, which is sometimes translated as white cloth, but which is probably more correctly translated as white light. The Allah, which is the illuminating principle of Ori, contains the entire spectrum of light, which means it contains all the Orisa.